Give it the true shot. I want 7.5 million over my head, money hitting under my bed. Baby, let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead, man. Let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead, man. Let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it.
How my hair look?
You good?
Okay, perfect. Your hair look good too, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah. What little bit is left, you know, it keeps going back and back and back. That's why I'm gonna hang on as long as I can, though.
That's cool, but you inspired me to get a little ponytail right here. I see you got yours.
Right.
So that's why I just did mine to keep it out of my face.
Yeah.
You keep yours out your face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I rarely ever have mine down.
Okay.
Like I do, it's a completely different look, but it works out good though. The way I've got it set up is like if I get something where it's supposed to be clean cut, just undercut, throw a hat on, looks clean cut.
Cool, man. Hey, well, thank you all again for tuning in for another episode of In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale. I have a special guest with me today by the name of James Primo. I said it right?
Yeah, you got it.
He's an actor, entrepreneur, and a director. And he's a special guest here because I've met James through a close friend of mine / brother. You all know him, Kenneth Roundtree. And I just wanted to bring him here for a conversation, man. He got a lot of big things happening. We all do. But it's nothing better than putting somebody on a platform that's going to be able to just touch another person and kind of motivate them to do what he's actually doing. So I appreciate you coming in, James.
I appreciate you having me, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You got a lot of stuff going on, man. Just to kind of dive right into it, I'm gonna ask you this question, man. It's like just like Kenny, you from a small town.
Right.
And in that small town of North Carolina, you was raised by your mom.
Right.
Just you and your mother. And you spent years as a single dad running businesses on the coast. And you did those early in life, shaping your mindset around resilience and self-belief, right? Can you peel back that layer and tell us what was that like growing up in a small town with just your mom?
Yeah, it was... I mean, early on, it was tough, but it taught us a lot. Back then, like going through it at the time, you're like, man, we're struggling. I don't want to struggle like this. I don't want my life to be like this. Looking back on it, I really appreciate the resilience, that she had to kind of, just keep us going.
Yeah.
Because now I realize, being a dad myself, being a single dad, you realize what it takes to continue that, to be able to succeed in that situation.
Right. You're a girl dad?
Yeah. I got a daughter. She's about to be 17.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got 2, so I know.
Oh yeah. Once they hit like 12, man, it's a different world.
Yeah.
I haven't been. I don't think I've been right about anything in at least 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So
kids, they don't realize that we've gone through stuff.
Right.
Like the crazy thing about it is the crazy thing about the world is you can go through stuff, you can tell them the blueprint, but it's like they have to go through it themselves though.
Right.
It's like you can be like, hey, look, I did this to the T. I did everything you did to the T, and they just like, no. Yeah. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're old.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't understand.
You're from the 1900s.
Right. Oh, yeah. First time I heard that, it took me a second. I was like, wait, 19? Oh, wait a minute.
We're from the 1900s.
I guess we might be getting on up there then.
Man, listen, man. I know I'm getting a little older because I can literally be, like, I'll just give you a prime example. So, yesterday, I'm scrolling on Instagram, and I'm like, all right, I got to get this person's email address. I was going to reach out to him for being a podcast guest. So I'm doing a whole bunch of things. I'm editing the photos, and then I go into the page of the person, and I'm on the page of the person, and I didn't know what I was on there for. Like, I promise you, I was sitting there, I was staring at my phone, like, face all like twisted up, and I'm sitting there like,
right, like an old man reading the paper. Like.
I was like, what am I on here for? And I was like, oh, I need to get their email. You got the contact contact me or contact,
right,
on there. So I was on that page for that. There wasn't nothing interesting on the photo grids.
Yeah.
It was just like I just needed an email address. But it's stuff like that, man. And I was like, man, I wasn't doing that like 4 years ago. It's like the older I get, I'm doing these little small things, and I'm like, what's going on? But it's part of the circle of life, as Mufasa talked about it in Lion King.
right.
Like I just didn't know. I thought it was just for lions, but it's for everybody. So
yeah. We all started to slip a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the worst for me is like the algorithm, man. It gets you every time, because you could do something like open up Instagram or whatever social media platform, and you go there with a purpose. You're like, okay, I'm gonna get this done. You're in the middle of other stuff. You got emails open, stuff's going on, text going on. You're like, okay, I'm doing something, and then next thing you know, 10 minutes have gone by and you don't even know what you were doing.
That's it, man. So talk about a small town. What is that small town in North Carolina that you
so I grew up in between Rockridge and Sims.
I've never heard of the two.
So the two little small towns, they got no stoplights between the two of them.
Really?
Yeah, and it's only it's only like a mile or two in between the two of them, but they're just on the west side of Wilson.
Okay. Everybody know each other in the town.
I mean, yeah, well, it used to be more so like that, but it is, still even, you driving down the road, everybody's, waving, kind of paying attention. If they don't know you, they know your vehicle.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first moved back up this way from the beach, everybody was looking there every time my truck went by. You see like little old ladies like, who's that? Who's that? But once they see you a few times, okay, well, he lives over there by so-and-so.
Yeah. That's funny. So your mom raising you, it's just you two, and you're now where you are. So take us back on what was those ethics and morals that your mother has instilled in you to make you be the person that you are today.
I mean, one of the things that probably one of the biggest things that she taught me when I was younger, and I didn't listen to her then. I thought she was saying it just because she was my mother. But she said she would always tell me, you can do whatever you want to do as long as you put your mind to it. Mm-hmm. And
the biggest cliche in the world.
Everybody's heard it. It's cliche, and I was like, nah, it's whatever. And then I realized when I was telling my daughter the same thing, I'm like, I know exactly what you're going to say, because I thought the same way. But it really wasn't until I had my daughter. My daughter was born, and I was married at the time. Man, we were struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had my ex-wife, my stepson, and my daughter was just being born, and we were living off just my income. And at this time, I was a delivery driver. You know what I'm saying? So I was, I think it was Culligan Water I was working for at the time.
Okay.
So it was a good workout, but wasn't a lot of money coming in.
Right.
But I was struggling, and it just, I was like, we gotta figure out a way. We gotta figure out a way. So then I learned how to code websites. I started building websites, because down at the beach, they're kind of a little bit behind where Raleigh and everything was.
Okay.
And at this time, this is back like 08, 09, and everybody was still advertising in the yellow pages. You walk into local businesses, they're like, I don't need no damn internet.
Yeah.
So
super old school.
Yeah. So once I got into that, man, and I realized, wait a minute, I can do these things. There's nothing stopping me, because especially when I was younger, growing up without having as much financially, it was like I would look at people who had like nice cars, nice houses, things like that. I would look at them, I'd be so jealous, and the way I looked at it in my youth was like, they got lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They knew somebody.
You had a hunger. You had a hunger, though.
Yeah. I wanted to be able to get, to a level where I could have and provide those things.
Yeah.
But it took a shift, really when I learned that skill and learned that, I can do anything anybody else can do. You just have to be willing to put forth the time and effort to teach yourself a skill or learn a skill,
right,
and to be able to apply that.
Right. I mean, we all know that, like you choose just alluding to, it's all about who you know.
Right,
right. People can put you in the doors that you just never thought in a million years that you'll be in. But it takes a village. It takes sometimes a word of mouth. It takes somebody else to actually get you in that doorway. So it's like you persevering, keeping that hustler's mentality. You started getting into acting. You started getting into, having your own business. What was one of your first businesses that you?
The first one was the marketing company.
Okay.
So I started building websites. Then, man, this was back before Facebook was Facebook.
Okay. So that's what before 03?
This was I think it was 2010, 2011 when Facebook started having ads on.
Oh, I got you. I'm with you.
There was no paid advertising.
I'm with you.
Yep. Matter of fact, businesses would create personal Facebook pages because they didn't have business pages yet.
Right.
So it was just kind of a process of like keeping up with the technology, keeping up with whatever was happening at the time. So it went from websites to search engine optimization. You got to show up on Google, and then you go into the social media side of things. Well, then as I'm building websites, I'm like, okay, well, what's the one thing that's like slowing me down on getting websites built? And it was getting the content from clients. So I was like, okay,
they wasn't creating it.
Right.
Okay.
They weren't creating it. And they didn't have good pictures. Okay. I mean, most of the stuff was like taken with a flip phone.
Yep. Real grainy. Real blurry.
Yeah. So I was like,
finger in the photo.
Right. So I was like, let's get a camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, let's get a drone. Like, so once we were able to produce the content ourselves, it sped things up tremendously. Okay. So then. After that one, at this point, fast forward, 6-7 years, I'm divorced at this point. It's just me and my daughter.
Okay.
And I'm coaching her in like multiple sports and, doing the whole taking her to school and picking her up. And luckily, I'm full-time with my marketing company now, so I can work my schedule around everything she has going on. So we're doing this, and I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to get healthy. I got pretty big, man. I was like 285, but it wasn't a good 285.
You was a 285, but you what? 6'4", 6'5"?
Come on, man.
How tall are you?
6'7".
6.
Why does everybody want to short me a couple inches, man?
6'7" though, and 285 pounds, out of shape.
Right, it's out of shape because it was like the worst kind of big you can be because it's skinny fat. I have like a Humpty Dumpty with like these little noodle arms.
I'm with you.
So I started working out more and start eating better. Started learning about it, and that's when I realized there's not really a convenient way to do that. Especially down around Morehead City area. So I got this idea in my head. I was like, I'm gonna start a meal prep company. So started working with some recipes, and like it is when you do anything outside of the norm. My daughter and I were actually having this conversation earlier today. But if you come up with an idea, 9 times out of 10, most of the people they'll be like, oh no, you can't do that. I have people telling me, you're not a chef, you can't do that, you can't run a restaurant because restaurants are the #1 businesses to fail. All the people telling me no.
Right.
So my rebellious self, I'm of course like, okay, we're doing this. Anytime you tell me I can't do it.
You got a hustle mentality.
Right. So that's what I did. Ran that for 6 years and sold that at the end of last year. And then, I was thinking after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a little time off and just kind of figure out, what my next step is.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I was like, okay, what would I do if I didn't have to worry about money? What would I do just for the love of wanting to do it?
Right.
And ever since I was a kid, man, I wanted to be an actor.
Go.
That was my thing, right?
Who was your actor that you grew up watching, just being like, man?
Oh man,
I love this. Mine's Denzel Washington.
Okay. Denzel's definitely in the top, man. I remember one of the movies I really liked. This was later in life. Wasn't really when I was a kid. But John Travolta and Nicolas Cage in Face Off.
I knew you was going there.
The way that they switch characters, like they're acting like each other.
They were acting like each other.
Yeah.
Did you see that clip that was running around where Nicolas Cage was like squeezing John Travolta was squeezing Nicolas Cage's neck and he was like, die.
Oh yeah.
And they say cut. But he was like, hey, you all right? You good? It's like they tapped into something else during the shooting of that movie. That's one of my favorite movies of me and my younger brother. We love watching that movie.
Yeah.
Like we used to just run it back.
I'm gonna have to watch it again now. 'Cause I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember specifically watching that movie and thinking that's crazy, man.
It was ahead of its time, though.
Oh yeah.
Like that movie came out what, 90s?
Yeah.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
And you got the movies that's out today that's just like that type of movie.
Right.
But yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. But the acting thing, kind of how it started for me. So I was thinking, like, okay, what would I do? And I remember when I was in.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I remember when I was in like first grade. We had this project, and the teacher said, "Okay, I want everybody to write down what they want to be when they grow up."
Right.
Or maybe it was where you want to be in 25 years or something like that. And the whole class did it, and she's reading them, and she's going through, and she comes over to me, and I had put up there, I said, I want to be a famous actor, and blah, 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 whatever my first grade mind could come up with to go along with that. And she comes over to me, and she said, "You need to set more realistic expectations for your life."
Just like that.
Just like that.
Hardcore truth.
First grade. I'm like, okay. That hit me like in that moment. But that's one of the things that I thought back to, when I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, where am I going next in my life? And it was an easy choice. Like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So ended up, saw a post on Facebook where somebody was looking for a background actor in Wilson.
Okay.
I just happened to be filming there. Right in the backyard, in Wilson, unpaid, whatever. So I went out
sometimes
there.
that don't even matter, man. Sometimes, just being able to do something that you love, bro. So, I love how you mentioned that, like, unpaid. A lot of people feel like they got to be paid for the stuff that they want to do. I started off photography doing free shots.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time.
Well, and that's the same way, like, when I started my marketing company, I did the same thing because I didn't have anything to show people. I had built, like, a directory website. I would go into businesses, take pictures, get their information, set them up a profile page on my directory website for free, just to show them what I could do.
Yeah, get the product out, basically.
Yeah.
Just, like, let me show you something. Show you what I'm able to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And it's the same way, as far as acting goes. I don't feel like, even if it's an unpaid gig, to me it's not unpaid because I'm getting something out of it regardless. Every set that I go on, I'm talking to people. We're connected on Instagram. We're exchanging phone numbers. We're talking about what projects do you have going on, what projects I have going on. And it's like this whole community that I didn't even know existed. I didn't realize there were so many independent filmmakers in the area.
Right.
But there's a ton of talent out here, man.
Bro, it's really shocking how you can move anywhere, you can go anywhere, and it's always a community of people that does what you do.
Right.
There's always somebody that's doing what you did before, or they're trying to get. That's one of the reasons why I love this podcast, because it's like, I just remember sitting on the idea of doing this podcast for like 3 years.
Right.
And I was just like, it used to be doing something to me, because I used to watch these podcasts on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the question that I would actually ask.
Right.
I'm just sitting there scratching my head, like, why am I not doing this? And I just remember just sitting there and just being like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Like, it's just, when did you have that moment where you was just like, man, I'm just about to do it? Whether that was with your entrepreneurship, that was with your acting or directing. Like, when was that light bulb moment when you was just like, let me go ahead and just put this procrastination to the side and let me just go ahead and do it?
Right. So fortunately, ever since I had that first moment with starting my first business, everything since then, I've kind of learned over the years that don't sit on it, just do it. But the biggest one for me was when I was working as a delivery guy. And I had gotten to the point where working nights and weekends on doing my internet stuff, I was making about half half as much money as I was making at my full-time job. And this is just nights and weekends.
Right.
But it had gotten to the point where there's no more time on nights and weekends. Like you got to make a choice.
Right.
And it was a situation where, you know, I still had the only income coming into the house, you know, got 2 kids to feed, and I had to make that choice. And I'm doing the math. I'm like, look, I know if I'm out there every day doing this, and I work just as hard doing this as I do at my regular job,
right,
then I'm going to make not only what I make for my salary, but you know, double that at least. So I'm doing the math over and over, and finally, man, I pulled the trigger. And it was like, once I did, it took no time at all to get up to what I was making.
How many years has it been since you had a regular 9-to-5 job?
About 16 years. 16 years. Yeah.
That's everybody's dream, bro.
Yeah.
Well, let me. It's people want to do it, but sometimes they don't know what all it comes with it.
Right.
Like, they like, hey man, I don't want to work. I don't want to do 9-to-5. Like, because in their mind it's like, where am I going to get the guaranteed money?
Right.
You know, that hustle goes out the window sometimes. So.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. There is no guaranteed money. Like it's easy to sit here and look back. Like when I look back on the different things I've done, sometimes like I don't even know who did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like because talking about it sounds like this huge stuff, but to me it's like, I was just grinding every day, and the stuff kind of falls into place over time. And a lot of it is building relationships. Yeah. You know, just simple stuff. You know, being nice to people,
shaking hands.
Yeah, shaking hands, being nice to people, talking to them, and listening.
Yeah.
Like you listen to what other people have going on and think, okay, can I help this person? You know, is there something I can help them with? And a lot of time that puts you in a situation where down the road they're like, hey, I can help him out with this.
Yep. It's relational currency. Yeah. It's something that I heard. Now I can't even remember who was talking about it, but it was a podcast that I was listening to, and he was talking about relational currency, and I was just like, that's the word that I was looking for. That was the phrase, because it's like people want, you know, they want the clients, they want the money, they want, you know, the continued business, but at the end of the day, you want the relationship. You want the friendship that creates with the business, that comes along with the business. So that's always going to be there. Like right now, I have a few businesses that uses me for their photography, but it's like I started off like doing stuff for them for, you know, really low, you know, just, hey man, just you let me know what you need. And now they reach out to me all the time, and they pay me my worth, and I don't look at it like they're my clients. I look at it, yo, we in a relationship.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Sure. Like I'm tapping in with them, like, hey, how's everything going? Are you good? Just saying, hey, how's your son? How's your daughter doing? Like it's on that level, and it's like that goes a long way.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree, and it's been the same way with a lot of the clients that I've had over the years, because you know, the clients that I've had, a lot of them, they, you know, known each other for over 10 years, you know, and they know, hey, if I need something, all I gotta do is call him up, and he's gonna be there, and he's gonna do his best to take care of whatever I need, and that helps you in the fact that when they're talking to somebody else, then somebody else might say, hey, I need a website, I need a photo shoot, whatever it happens to be, and you're the first name that they're going to think of. They're like, look, he's done me good over the years, you know, you need to call him.
That's true. Let's see, man, I got a fun question for you before we take a break.
Okay, all right.
That you played roles across short films, commercials, and music videos. What's the funniest or most unexpected thing that's ever happened on set?
Oh, okay. The funniest or most unexpected thing that's happened on set? Ooh.
You've been doing the Sasquatch shit.
Right.
You've been dressing up as this guy lately.
So Sasquatch is one that gets me. I would think that
I'll go check out his page. He got this Sasquatch. these videos. I'd be sitting there cracking up laughing.
That's actually that's going to be in the film festival in Wilmington, Cucalores Film Festival. Yeah, it's coming up sometime this month. I think it might be around the 20th or something.
Kudos to you, bro.
Hey, appreciate it. All I did was show up. You know, sit in the makeup chair for a while.
You was like, I remember watching Michael Jackson when he was getting the makeup and stuff put on for Thriller.
Yeah,
and he was just goofing off with the mask and dancing and getting the stuff on. And it was just like, I'm watching you, and I'm like, you look like you had a blast doing it.
Oh yeah. It was. I would say that's probably along the lines of something unexpected to happen. And then I got one for like after I left the set too.
6'7" Sasquatch.
6'7" Sasquatch. So it was crazy because a lot of people that I've talked to about it within the industry, they talk about Jim Carrey and The Mask when he had to go
and the
through it.
Grinch.
Yeah, and the Grinch.
They said he almost passed out on the Grinch set because the makeup was so heavy, the costume was heavy. And it was like he almost had like a breakdown on the actual set of the Grinch.
Yeah.
It's like it was pounds of makeup on his face.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get that all on like to dress up?
6 hours. 6 hours. So every morning we would have to go in like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And the makeup team, shout out to Faith.
Shout out to Faith.
It was crazy, man. Faith come up with the whole concept, made the costume from scratch. Like it was crazy. But yeah, it was 6 hours in the chair. And I did a time lapse of it that I think is on my Instagram. But that time lapse, 6 hours, and at times there's 4 people working on me at one time, and they're just like buzzing around like bees.
What was the food like, man? How was you eating?
Oh, I wasn't.
You were fasting and getting the fasting and acting.
so this was the thing, right? So it was warmer out. I don't remember what month we were shooting in, but it was warmer out. We're shooting down in Wilmington, and you're wearing like a head to toe fursuit with all the makeup on. Well, I don't want to eat anything because I don't want to mess up what we've got going on with the teeth and the makeup around my mouth.
Smoothies or nothing?
No, I had to drink everything through a straw, so I just had water. But the thing was, all right, so I was sweating so much because we were out there. There was one day I remember it was so hot out there.
Jeez, man.
That the fur on the outside of the suit, it was actually matted down because I was sweating so much.
Crazy, man.
And this is like 15 minutes after I get on set.
Yeah.
So the thing was, I couldn't drink a lot of water, because the costume doesn't come off very easy.
Right.
So I'm doing this balance between staying hydrated enough not to pass out on set and not having to pee while we're shooting. Yeah. Because we're out in the woods. The costume doesn't come off because
you gotta pee in the suit, bro.
Get some Depends.
Just go, bro. Just go. You remember Dumb and Dumber when he was on the motorcycle? He's like, man, I gotta pee, man. He said, just go, man.
Right.
Go,
Yeah. That never even crossed my mind.
He said, oh, that's warm. But I can't imagine having to have all of that on me at one time, man. But
yeah, it was awesome though. The fun, one of the fun things about it though was like once I got on set, like so the only people who had seen me, like actually how I normally look, were a couple of the producers and the director, and then the makeup team. They were the only ones who had really seen it. So when I would go on set, like the whole crew, it was like they were seeing Sasquatch because they didn't even know what I really looked like. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of cutting up in between because you know how it is on set. You got to wait a lot. So I was just having a good time with it.
Who we got in? We ain't got anybody in. We got Vanette, got Beverland, got Dino in, Soleil. Who you got on your end? You got a few people, Ibran, Z. We about to take a quick break. Appreciate y'all staying locked in with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back after this message. This episode of In True Form is brought to you by Super Deodorant. The aluminum-free, fragrance-free deodorant that actually works. You just put this under your armpits. Promise you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on stage or in the gym or chasing purpose, Super Deodorant has your back and your pits. No harsh chemicals, no irritation, just confidence that lasts. Visit superdeodorant.com/InTrueForm. And if you sign up today, you'll get 10% off your first order. Smell less, do more. Peace. Thank you all again for staying locked in with In True Form. Got James Primo here. Yeah, man, so we just coming into the home stretch, Jay. And again, like I mentioned earlier, man, I appreciate you being here. Absolute pleasure, man. You sharing your knowledge and your information on, your entrepreneurship journey, your acting journey. One of the things that I do want to kind of tap in right now is, what do you have coming up that you're excited for, that you would like to share with the audience, and how did that come about, and all the jazz.
Ooh, which one you want first? Like,
you got a project you got coming up for a series. Let's talk about that, Rivals and Redemption.
Okay. So Rivals and Redemption, man. So, man, if you guys are into like Sons of Anarchy, Mayans, the whole MC culture, crime dramas, stuff like that, Rivals and Redemption is going to be something you'll love. So me and Kenny got together. We were talking, and we were talking about different projects that we'd like to do. And I just started writing, and next thing you know, we got 6 episodes written. We shot the pilot for it, but it's around that same kind of thing, the crime drama, the motorcycle clubs, and we're shooting everything in North Carolina. So we're picking out little towns across North Carolina. We want that real authentic feel to everything. So
what are y'all needing right now to get y'all to the next level?
Oh, it's funding for sure. Yeah, funding for this one, because it's a huge project. I actually, originally I was thinking, okay, we're going to just shoot the pilot episode and then, shop it around at festivals or whatever, and we'll go from there. But I actually met a tech guy at an event that I think you were doing the photography for.
Yes.
With Triangle Tech Night. Yeah. So I met Peter, really cool guy out there, and we were talking about the stuff, and he was like, man, you gotta think bigger than that. He was like, you're limiting yourself. He was like, if you go ahead and shoot the whole first season, then when people watch that pilot episode, they don't have to wait, months or a year for the next stuff to come out. He's like, if you have everything already packaged and ready to go, then you could just binge it. Yep. You can watch that whole season.
Yeah. That's where it's at, I hear now.
Yeah. 'Cause, I do the same thing. If I get into it, that's it. I'm watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a big one. It's a big budget. But the DP, David Pratt, man, this dude.
Shout out to Dave.
I'm telling you, the trailer, we shot that trailer, and it's gotten,
9 studio production.
Yeah, 9 studio
Shout
production.
Out to 9
David
studio
Pratt.
Production. What's up, Kenny?
Kenny's on.
On.
What's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, we put that out, and man, people have been so complimentary of that, and I've talked to people within the industry who have seen it. I was actually on the phone with a Disney executive.
Really?
Yeah, she's like an auditor who goes around to sets and that are financed through the parent company, and checks to make sure they're doing the stuff they're supposed to be doing. But she took a look at it, and she was like, "Yeah, y'all got something going on here." So hopefully, you know how the phone calls and stuff go. Hopefully that'll get us some momentum to get us where we need to be going.
So you got Rivals and Redemption.
Yeah.
It's pinned to your Instagram, right? The trailer.
It's on the Instagram, and then you can also go to rivalsandredemption.com.
Rivalsandredemptions.com for those who are tuned in. Don't see too many people tuned in, but my man Kenny. But when you watch this episode, www.rivalsandredemption.com. So you have that project going on. Do you have another project that you're doing that you're able to talk about?
Yeah. We got one coming up. We're actually shooting this coming weekend. So we're going to be shooting in Raleigh as well as Rocky Mount.
Okay.
So this one, Kenny and I got together and we were talking, because we've been working on Rivals for a while. We kind of got stuck in that trying to get funding phase. I've been talking to potential investors and trying to get funding in different ways, and it seemed like I was just on a hamster wheel. And I was like, man, we got to get something out there. We got to do something.
Right.
So we're talking about it, and a lot of local filmmakers that we've been talking to have been having some success with Tubi.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, let me see what Tubi's got going on. So I watched some stuff on there. I'm like, okay, all right, this isn't anything outside of what we can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As long as we can keep the budget in the right frame, you know, for a Tubi project, you know, we can do something good. So Kenny and I were tossing some ideas back and forth, and then man, sat down, wrote a script, passed it over to Kenny, and you know, you gotta wait to see what Kenny says, right? Because he's gonna tell you the truth, what he thinks about it. And he came back and he was like, I think we should do this, I think we should do that. So then it just kind of, that collaborative effort, you know, gets us to the point where we've got a good script.
Y'all be putting y'all heads together a lot, man.
Oh yeah,
a lot of good stuff that y'all got brewing up. I think y'all done probably tapped into something that a lot of people don't realize what y'all done tapped into.
Man, I'm telling you, well, when we did a film festival in Raleigh, we showed the trailer up there. And man, from that film festival, we got a couple of gigs out of that because people just saw us and they were like, okay.
People gonna get you just because they like you. Like they don't even have to see you sometimes. It's just like, yo, man, you good peoples.
Right.
What you got going on in the next month or two?
Yeah. I'm telling you, the thing with Kenny though, like I really do feel like, you know, without going too overboard with it, I feel like there's some good chemistry there.
We ain't gonna go overboard with you, Kenny.
All right, Kenny, close your ears. You don't need to hear this. I'm gonna talk good about you.
Close your ears, Kenny.
But no, and I've said it before. I've told him the same thing. Like when I rolled up to the agency the first day, you know, the agency that I signed with, I rolled up the first day, got out of my truck and walked across the parking lot, and there's this dude getting ready to go in the door, holds the door open for me. What's up? It's Kenny. From that moment, man, it's like, we were talking about different things we had going on or different things we wanted to do. And I mean, he really told me a lot about, because he's been in it longer than I have, so he's been able to kind of educate me on what the process is and what kind of stuff to go through.
I remember one time, man, Kenny was we was sitting there eating pizza, and this is how I knew he was a good guy. We was eating pizza, and I had cheese and sauce go down my beard. And he grabbed a napkin and he started wiping my beard and wiping my mouth for me. I'm just playing.
Man, I didn't know where we were going. This that type of podcast. And Kenny smoothly stroked my beard.
I know he watches. He probably like, man, where he going with that, man? I couldn't help but to do that one. I think it's this Haze lifted lemonade, 10 milligrams THC Delta 9. I want to give everybody a shout out on Haze, who is one of my new ambassador programs that's looking out for In True Form. But yeah, www.haze.com.
Dude,
a little marketing piece.
I can just imagine Kenny listening to that right now.
Like, he said so we gonna lie like that, huh? I couldn't help it. All right, but let me get back on track.
The Tubi project.
Yes.
So we got the script together for that. And I'm like, man, we got to go like super low budget. Man. Yeah. We can't. You know, I've already spent so much money on trying to get Rivals going. We got to go super low budget, man. So,
but it's not going to be nothing wrong with that. Tubi has a lot of low budget movies, though.
I'm telling you, when I tell you right now, the cast and the crew that we've put together, even on a shoestring, this is like below low budget. This is like crackhead budget.
Okay.
All right. So we're down there. But the amount of talent we were able to get to be a part of this project is just crazy. And same with like locations. I was able to go out and talk to people and lock in some tremendous locations that are really going to give us like an authentic feel for the project. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
You know,
that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to it, man. We got a big weekend coming up.
Yeah. We got a decent BTS guy coming out.
Take a couple pictures. Get a couple of photos. You know, soon to be. Let me see, man. So as we're winding down, you've worn many hats: entrepreneur, single father, actor, producer, writer. Which hat do you find most challenging to wear? And how do you manage the interplay between all of those? Like, for example, business mindset versus creative mindset versus father mindset.
Okay, well, the most challenging one, definitely without a doubt, is the father.
Okay.
That's for sure. Not because of anything that my daughter's done or anything like that, but it's just, seeing, being able to see different decisions that can be made, different paths that can be taken. And I feel like, my daughter's 17 now, and it's at a point where you go through different stages. When they're younger, it's like you tell them what to do, yes and no, and exactly how to do everything. But I feel like at this age, it's more like you just being a coach.
Right.
You're saying, okay, I know you're going to choose to do whatever you choose to do. Mm-hmm. This is what I see and what I have seen, in my life. So you take this information and you do what you want with it.
Yeah.
But it is definitely, whenever there's struggles, it's like you're struggling too.
Right.
And it's a helpless feeling, because if I'm struggling, I can figure out a way to fix it. But, when it's somebody else, when you watch somebody you care about struggling, it's a little bit harder. It's a helpless feeling.
What was one of the most challenging things that you had to guide your daughter through?
There's been a lot of things that have been a little more on the difficult side. I would think I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but
let's do a truck. Go ahead. You ain't gotta be the bus.
How about a Volkswagen?
How about a Volkswagen?
Yeah.
But I get it though.
I think one of the toughest things is just relationships with other people in their life. I'll just put it that way.
Same.
Not to say any specific situation. Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you.
Exactly.
I was getting there because that's the challenge that I go through with my daughter.
Right.
So I was just like, let me throw this question out here, because I'm like, every father seems like they deal with that.
Oh yeah,
with their girl.
Yeah, and it's it can be anybody. It could be it could be family members. It could be friends.
Yeah.
It could be people at work. It's whatever. But when you see somebody after you've already been through certain stages, and then you see somebody else going through, and they're seeing how people can be, in everyday life, it's not always good.
Right. Now I get it, man. So let me see. I got another fun question for you, Jay. If you can cast any actor, I know we talked about John Travolta earlier, so he can't be stated in this question.
Okay, all right.
So if you can cast any actor, dead or alive, to play the villain in one of your projects, who are you choosing and why?
Oh, all right. So no John Travolta, no Nicolas Cage, and it's got to be a villain. Oh, dude, that's too easy.
Who you got?
Jack Nicholson.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Yes. I mean, even his Joker, man, was crazy.
Amazing. The best.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Absolutely.
I mean, rest in peace, Heath Ledger. He was amazing as well. He really embodied that role. But Jack Nicholson in the Batman, 1988, 89 film? I might be telling my age. We was born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So if y'all didn't tune in earlier, we talked about how we're born in the 1900s, and we're old people now. So
he's just got a way, man, with being the villain, and I think that a lot of those old school actors, I feel like. So, like, for me, I'm no pro. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at it. Mm-hmm. But one of the things with me that I've noticed with some of those actors is that they're not acting.
No,
you know what I'm saying? They're not
weird and crazy for real.
They're not acting. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Crazy. He looks crazy on the sidelines of the Laker game. Like,
right.
Like, you spill beer on that dude, it's a wrap, man. He looked like he'll lose it.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that, man. Because he, The Shining. So many, As Good as It Gets. He was, it's just that face that he has too.
Yeah,
like just
the face and the voice. And
Yep. I thought you would probably say like my man that played as Hannibal Lecter.
Oh yeah.
What's my man?
I was just thinking about that too.
Yeah, he's a good villain, and even Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey can go dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, his comedy genius is still present in his films. But, you know, I don't know if you ever seen Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
You know, he could lose it, and it could be humorous and it can be kind of scary in the same sense, too.
Right, so. Right. And I wonder if he knows, like, going into it, like, you know, I feel like if you're on set with Jim Carrey, he might just do some crazy stuff off script. And I wonder if he knows whether it's going to land or not when he does it. No. Like, he just takes a chance.
He just does it, man. He throws the ball at the wall. But you see he's in talks with being Freddy Krueger.
Oh, really?
Since the original Freddy Krueger guy, he said he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Right, right.
They've been communicating with Jim Carrey that he might take on that role.
Yeah.
That'll be great to see something like that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Let me see, man. So, last main question before we go into my signature question, and that is, if you can go back in time and give your younger self, little James Primo, little Primo Primo. Preemie Primo, when you were starting out, you can go back and give your younger self, when you were starting out, one piece of advice about defining purpose, taking risks, and staying in your lane. What would you say, and how has the advice evolved now that you're deeper into the industry and the game now in life? So,
man, so how young are we talking? How are we talking?
We talking that youth before the switch.
Okay.
So youth. So like for myself, I'm gonna use myself for an example. For myself, my life switched the flipped the switch maybe at like 25, 26.
Right.
You know, it was going right into my marriage. It was getting deeper into me being a father, and I started kind of looking back at a lot of things. And I mean, we all grow and evolve, and now me being 40, I'm developing another stage of my life.
Right.
So it's a lot of things that I look back and be like, man, I wish I would have did it different, but it could be different for you.
Yeah. For me, I would think definitely that stretch between the teenage years up until like 30, because 30 was really, my daughter was born, like everything changed. But for me, I would just go back and say, if you want to do something, it goes back to like we were talking about before. If you want something, go after it. Like, don't worry about what everybody else says. Don't worry about all the naysayers saying you can't do it. Like a lot of the stuff that I could have done a lot of things a long time ago.
Right.
Now that being said, it kind of changes now, because my perspective now is like, okay, now that I'm in acting, and I didn't get the opportunity to do acting when I was younger.
Right.
I feel like it's easier for me now because I've been through so many things.
Right.
Like in real life, I've been through all these different situations. So when I get a script and I look at it, or I'm writing something, I have something to draw back on, that I can say, okay, I know exactly how this situation feels because I've been in something very similar. So in some regards, I would say just go for it back then, but I'm also grateful for all the experiences that I've had, good and bad, that have gotten me to this point, because it's just like being on different film sets. You're going to take something from it.
Right.
Good or bad, you're getting something from every experience.
Facts. I appreciate it, man. And hey, man, closing out, I want you to let everybody know before we go into the last question, letting everybody know where they can find you. Socials, website. You got it.
Okay, all right. JamesPrimo.com, at Legend of Primo on Instagram. Definitely check out the Rivals and Redemption website, rivalsandredemption.com. You can sign up for emails up there, and because we'll be actually casting real people for the background roles. So definitely, if you're interested in that, sign up for the emails. We'll be shooting it out when we're casting for that.
Okay. All right, man. Last but not least, man, In True Form is all about resilience, stepping into your purpose, and out of everything that we basically just talked about, how do you visualize yourself in your everyday life, and how does James Primo move with capturing the In True Form? What does In True Form mean to you?
I think that one of the main things is just being authentic to yourself. You know, because man, there's so many different hats you have to wear, and sometimes you get the feeling like you got to be this way for this person or this way in this situation. And just even if there's subtle changes to how you interact with people, you know, in different situations, just be true to who you are and what you believe in,
right?
And know that your goals are what you're going after, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about them. You know, if something means something to you got to go after it. You got to keep chasing it.
Yeah. Y'all heard it from James Primo, man. I appreciate you again.
Yeah, man.
Here,
I appreciate you having me here, dude.
Mean a lot.
For sure, yeah.
Looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, we're going
shots of you.
We're going to do it. We're going to make some magic this weekend. It's going to be awesome, dude.
Appreciate you all for tuning in for another dope episode of In True Form, man. Y'all be good. Talk to y'all later. Peace.